All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sports Dom coming back with another video, and welcome to episode 12 of Player Profile. The spotlight tonight is on former Buffalo Sabres goaltender Martin Biron, and what a career he had. Uh, Biron started his junior ice hockey career on the Beauport Harfangs of the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, QMJHL. He made his NHL debut with the Buffalo Sabres on December 26, 1995. An emergency call up with the Sabres top three. With the Sabres top three goaltenders all injured, Biron became the fourth youngest goaltender to start a game in NHL history, surrendering four first period goals in a 6-3 loss to the Pittsburgh Penguins after posting a 5.04 goals against average. With no wins and two losses during his fill in stint, he was sent back to the QMJHL to develop further. After the 2001 season, he was a consistent goaltender for the Sabres as his play in the crease improved drastically. So, uh, he requested a trade from the Buffalo Sabres because with the emergence of Ryan Miller uh, being our starting goaltender, he didn't want to back up Ryan Miller. He wanted playing time. He wanted to start, and it's I understand that. It's he wanted to play, and that's understandable, you know. And Biron, along with Rob Ray and Dominic Hasek, was one of the three Sabres against whom in 3 consecutive years the NHL made a specific rule. After NHL statisticians discovered a bug in their new stat tracking software, the Biron rule restricted jersey numbers to whole numbers between 1 and 99, later limited to numbers between 1 and 98 after the league-wide retirement of number 99 for Wayne Gretzky. Biron was the only NHL player affected as he wore 00 at the time. Goaltender John Davidson also wore 00 during his playing career without reboot at various points between 1973 and 1983. Upon his return to the NHL 3 seasons later, Biron switched to number 43 and wore that number until the end of his career. So, Biron became the Sabres starting goaltender after Hasek's departure from Buffalo in 2001 and held the position until the 2004-2005 NHL lockout. Biron has always been a fan favorite in Buffalo, and although no longer plays there, he currently resides in the city and after his retirement has a position as director of goaltending at Harbor Center, which is owned and operated by the Sabres organization. So uh, he's still a big part of the Sabres organization. Um, Biron won his 13th consecutive game on December 17, 2005 against the Pittsburgh Penguins. He was the first goalie with 13 straight wins since Chris Osgood accomplished the feat during the 1995-1996 season. Chris Osgood was a very good goaltender for the Detroit Red Wings when they were in the Western Conference, uh, and Dominic Hasek won the Stanley Cup with them when they were in the Western Conference. After losing the number one goaltending job to emerging youngster Ryan Miller, Biron requested a trade from the Sabres on June 26, 2006, in effort to receive more playing time. Finally, on February 27, 2007, the Sabres traded Biron to the Philadelphia Flyers for a second round draft pick. I remember that trade. Uh, and I was so mad when he went to Philadelphia because they were such a hated team back then. And then you had Biron being traded to the Philadelphia Flyers. And the rivalry, was so heated back then. And then you put one of your fan favorite former players on that other team, and it just um, it doesn't look good. And on March 27, 2007, Biron signed a 2-year, $7 million contract extension with the Flyers to be the starting goaltender in Philadelphia. After appearing in 62 games and recording 30 wins in the 2007-2008 season, he led the Flyers to the Eastern Conference Finals, losing in 5 games to the Eastern Conference champion Pittsburgh Penguins. He appeared in 55 games for the Flyers in the 2008-2009 season, winning 29 and helping the Flyers to the 5th overall seed in the Eastern Conference. So, he then left the Flyers after that. On July 1st, 2009, Biron entered free agency. He was soon left in a difficult position after the Flyers signed goaltenders Ray Emery and Brian Boucher. While other teams quickly filled up their goaltending roster needs, Biron soon signed a 1-year, $1.4 million contract with the New York Islanders on July 22nd, 2009, joining goaltenders Dwayne Rolison, another former Sabre, and Rick DiPietro. In 29 appearances, Biron recorded 9 wins, 14 losses, and 4 overtime losses, with a 3.27 goals against average and a .896 save percentage. The Islanders did not qualify for the postseason. And then in 2010, Biron signed a 2-year, $1.7 million deal with the New York Rangers, where he prepared to back up Swedish starter Henrik Lundqvist. Biron is one of 5 players in NHL history to skate for all 3 teams based in the state of New York. So he played for all 3 teams. The others were Mike Donnelly, Taylor Pyatt, and former teammates Jason Daw and Pat LaFontaine, except for a 2.5-year stint with the Philadelphia Flyers. Biron played almost his entire career in the state of New York. On February 28, 2011, Biron fractured his collarbone during practice and was forced to miss the remainder of the 2010-11 season, while he played the lowest number of games, 17, since his second NHL season in 1998-1999. Biron re-signed with the Rangers in a one-way contract worth $2.6 million for 2 years, working out to an average of $1.3 million per year. So basically after that collarbone injury, his career went downhill from there, as the Rangers placed him on waivers after a poor start to the season, and the following day he was assigned to play with the Hartford Wolfpack of the American Hockey League. Biron announced his retirement via social media on October 20th, 2013, choosing retirement over playing in the minors. So he didn't want to go to Hartford. He decided to retire. He ended his career with a .230, .191, .25, and .27 record, 2.262 goals against average, and a .910 save percentage. We enjoyed Marty when he was with the Buffalo Sabres. I remember when Dwayne Rolison was with the Buffalo Sabres as well, and he was also one of my favorites. Dwayne Rolison was, along with a fan favorite. So so it was a good run for Martin Biron, as he just couldn't, become that star goaltender that he needed to be. So, but thank you, Marty Biron, for what you did with the Buffalo Sabres. And thank you for remaining a big part of the Buffalo Sabres organization. Guys, I hope you enjoyed episode 12 of Player Profile. Stay tuned for episode 13 of Player Profile. And I don't know who the focus is on yet, but it will be a good one. I promise you that. Until my next video, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Player Profile. Comment in the comment section below on what you think of this episode. And as always, if you like my videos, like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you don't miss a video. This is Sports Dom. Peace. Go Sabres. And until my next video, go Sabres.